Or they try to.
Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Business Virgin. We are here with Marcy Rigby from clearchannel.com, or from Clear Channel. You can reach her at Marcy Rigby at clearchannel.com. With our last segment, we kind of left off. Brad was in the middle of expanding or sharing his knowledge with us. So, Brad, please take it away.
My knowledge?
Yeah. Trying to
Or,
dig
or Marcy's knowledge.
We're trying to dig a little deeper so that we can.
You got to stop drinking
See
before
more.
we go on the air. I'm begging you. You got to leave the alcohol out. No, all joking aside, Marcy, we were going into sort of some of your advice for not only the sort of the business virgins out there thinking about starting their business, but also, quite honestly, especially in this economy, the people that have businesses that are a little bit stale, stagnant,
Right.
haven't seen growth in their business. So let's dive deep. I guess the first place I would like to hear your professional advice and opinion on is if someone's putting together a marketing plan for a new business or an existing business, what's your thought process and feeling about how much they should commit to marketing?
The typical rule is if it's an established business,
Mm-hmm.
they take 5 to 8% of their net profits from the prior year, and that is now their marketing budget. And of course, they can expand on that, but that's just the general
Yeah.
pie. If you're a
And I think,
brand-
and to be honest, I think you're being kind. I mean, I think last year we probably spent in excess of 12%. I mean, not just on radio, those other things, you
Right.
know, client events, dinners, seminars, and what have you. But I think you're being conservative
Right.
with that number,
Right, and it
especially
is a
if you're newer.
conservative number.
Yeah.
But, and then a lot of advertisers will go above and beyond that.
Yeah.
Depending on, I don't want to name names, but you hear them every week. They're having sales, or every week there's
Yeah.
an incentive to get people in their doors. So, of course, they're probably spending more than that. But everybody's different. But that's just, what most agencies, what most professional radio reps will tell you is a starting point. Now, if you're a brand new company and you don't have past year's history on your profits, as any new business owner, of course, you're going to have a business plan.
Yeah.
So you really have to have a very thorough business plan of what your projections are for that first year of business. You have your plan, you have your staff in place, you have your product, whatever that may be, and what your profits are going to be on units of sales. So you take that and you project out for the year.
Marketing should be the last thing you cut.
Absolutely. If you're not self-promoting yourself, nobody else is really going to. I mean,
Because-
word of mouth is great, but it's small when you have to
When
self-promote.
things get tight, the first thing people look to do is pull back on marketing. And what they don't
And that does
realize
happen.
is that's going to cause the plane to go down faster.
And that's going to give opportunity for your competitor. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
a competitive market. Every business is out for competition to be the number one in their category, to be the king of their hill, so that people know if I want a mattress, I'm going to,
Yeah.
XYZ. I'll
Yeah.
say it, Select Comfort. Everybody knows that name as the top quality mattress, and they advertise it that way. So, the minute you back off, there's plenty of people, savvy marketing people out there, business people out
They're
there
gonna
that
take
are
advantage
ready
of it.
to jump onto that and
And I got to
take
tell you,
advantage of that.
and this is and this is to emphasize your point. One of the most interesting things is when people through your Wealth Management Group, and we do quite a bit of advertising with you, streaming on air. We sponsor the Quinn and Rose podcast.
Mm-hmm.
What's so funny is people, oh, you guys have been around forever.
Yeah, it's
And
been,
I-
what,
and
6
and I'm like
months?
and I'm like yeah, we've been in business like 7 months, but
Yeah.
but that's what it does. It creates notoriety,
Well, branding, name
branding.
recognition.
and that's what people have to understand. So a lot of times, someone will say, "What's your return on investment?" And I'm like, "Well, it's X, Y, but also." You got to realize people, I had someone say, "Oh, I saw your billboard on 295," and I'm like, or 279. I'm like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yeah, it's like, okay, but that's what the radio and that stuff promotes and it brings. So take us through, what does it look like when someone engages Marcy Rigby from the standpoint of wanting to look at advertising? First of all, There's no obligation. There's no fee.
No,
there's
my
nothing.
services
Yeah.
are completely, I don't charge to come out for an initial meeting. I'm a commissionable rep. So, I'm not out to, it's a $500 call every time I come out to your office. It doesn't work like that. Like I said, it's a win-win. I consider myself a partner with any of my potential new clients because it's only going to benefit me if they're successful and then they continue. I'm in it as a partner, not as just, a radio sales rep. So what I always like to do is start off with a client needs analysis, really understand and know what my company's goals are and what they're looking to accomplish. And then I have also so much information as far as qualitative and
As
research.
I said, diva of demographics.
Demographics. We have research. We do subscribe to Arbitron, which is the radio ratings industry for the market. It's for the country, actually. Yeah. And, I can give you real fact information as far as how many people are listening, what day parts are the strongest. I really wouldn't want somebody to say I have, a very small budget, so I just want to buy the cheap day parts. Yeah. That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, you're not going to see a return on that.
It could work in some cases, but to me, it normally doesn't. And I want it to be out the gate, go. So you're in prime morning drive, PM drive, prime day parts, where there is the most listenership. Your message also has to be extremely detailed and direct. The words of a radio commercial have to really send a message. It's theater of mind. People are only going to listen. They're going to listen to it. They're going to take it in. And the more they hear it, the more they take it in, the more repetitive, the more frequency. Now you've built branding, name recognition, and somewhat of a trust with that listener. Now they feel like, hey, I know I can end this commercial. I know the next words. I know their telephone number. I know their website. So when you build that kind of relationship with the audience.
Catches the ear. Absolutely.
Exactly. And then when they're in the market for such product that you're offering, you're going to be one of the top people that they think of to go to.
I tell you, as we wrap this segment, the thing that I loved and love about working with you, besides, we get along and have a good time. And
thanks, Brad.
And at least I do. You probably, get in the car and look in the mirror and go, why am I doing this? But I tell you, the thing that was most impressive is when you sat down, hey, how are you? Got to know each other. You said, who are you going after? And I'm like somewhat of a right-wing conservative guy who's looking for people. You're like, good. So you took out your portfolios. There's 6. You push 5 across to the side. Mm-hmm. You open up 104.7. You go, this is who you want to be talking to. And by the way, you're gonna. Doesn't matter. You can start at 6 o'clock in the morning and go until 6 o'clock at night. Because here's your demographics. But this is where and we went through. And you said, based on 104.7, here's your cost for 104.7, because 104.7 is different than 102.5,
Absolutely.
different than 970,
Absolutely.
right? And we slowly went through and we kicked off each piece one by one, all the way down to, by the time we got done, we knew exactly how much, where, when, how, and why.
Correct.
All the way down to hey, and we'll take care of the production.
Yes.
And it was so easy. So
it is an easy process. Some people like to make it more confusing than what it is.
But people sitting at home don't think, oh, my God, I can't deal with that. It's not that bad.
I do all the hard work. I make it real easy for you, and then I present it to you, and then you can agree or disagree, and then we can move forward from there. So it is very simple.
We're going to come back, and we're going to talk a little bit more about sort of the learning curve and teaching moments around radio and some of the things that people need to be thinking about. We're a little long on this, but we appreciate everybody's diligence because I hope you got the information you're looking for out of this segment. We'll be right back with Marcy.